Well, hello. Welcome back to Low Made Simple. I'm sorry if my voice sounds tired because I am tired. I almost didn't do this episode because I am tired. Like I said, as I'm recording now, it's 23 hours. It's like a few minutes past the hour. So I am tired, but I'm committed to this podcast. And I am very sorry in advance for my voice today. But welcome back to Lord Made Simple. As usual, I'm your host, Pimple Male, and today we're talking about a case that shook things up in the workplace. The citation of this case is TK versus Mota Engil. I'm not even going to bother mentioning the whole name of this company because I cannot pronounce it. So let's just say TK versus Mota Engil. It's a personal injury case that has to do with sexual harassment in a workplace. So buckle up because this one's a big win for women's rights and how companies should deal with harassment claims. Okay, let's proceed. So we'll start with the basics. The story revolves around a woman. We'll call her TK because that's the name she used, or it's just the abbreviation of the position that she held in the company, because I'm guessing she didn't want to use her name for privacy reasons or whatever. So we'll call her TK. So she worked as a timekeeper for Mota Engil, and her job was pretty much straightforward. She just kept track of the time taken for construction tasks. But then she had an immediate boss who was Joachim, something. We'll just call him Joachim. And Joachim had different ideas. Instead of just letting her do her job, he started harassing her. And we're not talking about the annoying comments or like the typical bad boss behavior. I mean, like full-on harassment. He said making inappropriate advances towards her, like touching her without her consent. Just those uncomfortable stuff. It got so bad to a point where he would expose himself. And he even, at one point, he even took a knife and tried to cut her trousers with a knife. Yeah, with a knife. I mean, how dramatic is that? So, this was a very, very toxic environment for TK. But here's where it got worse. TK reported to the company, but they didn't do anything to help her. And I mean nothing, nada, zilch. They didn't do anything. They just let her ride along with this guy, because her job also involved her driving to construction sites. So she would get in the vehicle and drive with this person that was harassing her, and the harassment continued. I mean, can you imagine that? Okay, at this point, TK was like, you know what? Enough is enough. If you're not protecting me, maybe the court will. And the matter is in court now. Okay, let's talk about the company's defense, because wow, it was very interesting. First, they tried to say she did not report the harassment, which was false, because there was evidence that she reported these incidences, because it was not just like one time, it was like an ongoing thing. And they even came up with this wild claim that whatever happened between TK and this Joachim guy was consensual. Yeah, I believe she loved it when he was taking the knife and trying to cut off her trousers. Yeah, they claimed it was consensual. And you'd think that's the worst part, but it even got worse, because Mota Engil also argued that there was no any physical injury. So it was not a big deal, as if emotional and what do you call this, psychological trauma doesn't count. But the court was like, hey, psychological trauma is just as real, it's just as serious as physical injury. And the court even acknowledged that TK went through months and months of harassment because she reported the incidents and the company did nothing. So even if she didn't have physical scars, the emotional scars were enough to warrant damages.